Week 13, Hambone Fantasy Football Update and Playoff Preview. Wow, that was quite the opening. Well, strap in. This is probably going to be the longest show of the season, but thank you, everyone, for an awesome season. And just proud to have another season of Hambone Fantasy Football in the books. First up, let's just have a quick memoriam of Week 13 and the regular season with some highlights. First up, my Hambone Burger Kings defeating the defending champion. Stay tuned. 195 to 138. The Burger Kings were led by the Jaguar defense, scoring a total of 44 fantasy points by way of an interception, a fumble, a recovery, and, of course, throwing a shutout. No points allowed. So, fantastic job to my Kings. Woo! All right. And then next up, we have the Spicolis defeating Team Cram 85-77. Spicolis were led by the Kansas City defense, who scored 22 fantasy points and by way of 3 fumble recoveries and allowing 33 points. I bring up this game because, unfortunately, this is the last we're going to hear of either of these teams. Basically, the Spicolis played spoiler to Team Cram, and they eliminated each other from playoff contention. So, Godspeed, gentlemen. We'll see you next year. But that's about that. Now, let's get to some playoff previews. Real quick, just to go over the rules and tiebreakers and whatnot. The 4 division winners get seeds 1 through 4 based on their record and tiebreakers and all that. And then the best 4 remaining teams get seeds 5 through 8. And this is a regular tournament format. 1, 8, 2, 7, 3, 6, 4, 5. And then just to explain a couple of the tiebreakers, we had 2 division winners, both going 9-4 in Roman Empire and Mr. Just in Time. In that one, the first tiebreaker, whenever we have a tiebreaker like that, the first tiebreaker is head-to-head. These 2 teams met way back a few weeks ago, back in Week 9, and the Roman Empire defeated Mr. Just in Time 167 to 127. So that's what moved the Roman Empire into 2nd seed, Mr. Just in Time into 3rd. The other big tiebreaker was actually the entire Paul Roma division. We basically had the perfect storm where all 3 teams ended up with a record of 5-8. So the first tiebreaker of those, of course, would be head-to-head. When they all faced each other throughout the season, they all had a record of 2-2 against one another. So the next tiebreaker would be their division record, which was exactly the same, 2-2. Which goes to the final tiebreaker, which is total points. And drum roll, please. That was lame. I'm sorry. The Kickin' Chickens. They had a total of 1,725 points scored throughout the season, as opposed to the Spicolis, who had 1,497, and Team Cram with 1,482. So the Kickin' Chickens actually get the 4th seed in the tournament, and the other 2 are eliminated from playoff contention. So before we get into the playoff matchups, just real quick, we then have the top 4 picks in the draft next year set. And that is, first of all, Super Saucy Spaghetti with a record of 2-10-1. Picking second is Leland Lizards with a record of 3-10. Team Cram, who had less points between them and the Spicolis, pick with a record of 5-8. And then the Spicolis, of course, pick fourth, also with a record of 5-8. Now, let's see. Ooh, now here we go. Now, let's go bowling with the playoff matchups. First up, the aforementioned Kickin' Chickens, 4 seed. They won the Paul Roma division, as I said, with a record of 5-8. They're going to the Crocodile Bowl against the runner-up in the Lex Luger division, Stay Tuned, with a record of 9-4. These two met up in week 9, and Stay Tuned won the game 138-98. So good luck to you both. In the grand pappy of them all, the Carnation Bowl, we're going to see the number 1 seed Silver Bullets, who were the top seed throughout the season with a record of 10-3, take on the Nowhere Elder Dragons, who were the runner-up in the Mongo McMichael division. Silver Bullets was top seed throughout, and they also won the Lex Luger division. Let me just say that. And then the Elder Dragons, they came in runner-up in the Mongo McMichael division with a record of 5-7-1. These two met up this season in week 11, and the Silver Bullets came out on top 183-139. See, next up, probably at least my favorite named bowl game in our little setup here. Of course, the Siesta Bowl. We'll see the winner of the Mongo McMichael division, the Roman Empire, the record of 9-4, taking on my Hambone Burger Kings, the number 7 seed. The Burger Kings were third in the Lex Luger division, and the last time we met up was way back in week 3. The Roman Empire was victorious 138-94. And then finally, rounding out the tournament, the Plum Bowl, we'll see the Sid Vicious division winners, Mr. Just in Time, with a record of 9-4, taking on the number 6 seed and Mongo McMichael division winner, runner-up rather, in 20 Minutes with Tebow, with a record of 8-5. These two met up in week 5, and Mr. Just in Time snuck out with a win, 137-134. And I think this really is probably the closest matchup, even though it's a 3 and a 6 seed going against each other. I really think this is probably the tightest matchup of the first round of the tournament. So this is really a game to watch. I'm really curious to see who wins this one, and I think whoever wins this one really has a good shot at it all. So you're welcome. There's the kiss of death. Anything else I'm missing? By the way, rather than sticky notes, I actually wrote like a full page, front and back, of notes, and I ripped it, so that's me. Okay. Also, because we're going into the playoffs, again, I want to say thank you to those who will not be joining us the rest of the way. Thank you very much. Hope to see you next year. This might be the last time we get to talk to everybody, so if you have any rule changes, ideas, thoughts, anything like that, please let me know. I'm going to be way better this year, I promise, about getting rule changes and ideas and things like that out to everybody. So if you have any suggestions, things you like, things you don't like, please let me know. We can put it up for a vote, and then hopefully get this done sooner than later. My goal is usually to get it done before the Super Bowl, but I do want to hear from you. Even if it's bad, please let me know. I always want to strive to make the league better. But all right, well, good luck to everyone, and see you next week. Bye.